can get a special permit to sell the canned drinks. Under the current law, only the state-owned wine and liquor stores are allowed to sell the canned drinks. The bill restricts the sale of the drinks to before 11 p.m. and to drinks that have a lower alcohol content than 12.5%. Shelley Duvall, the Texas-born movie star whose wide-eyed, winsome presence was a mainstay in the films of Robert Altman and who co-starred in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, has passed away at the age of 75. They caused complications from diabetes. Duvall, the oldest of four, was born in Fort Worth. Duvall was attending junior college in Texas when Altman's crew members preparing to film Brewster McCloud encountered her at a party in 1970. She'd go on to create Hollywood history.
America's First News, Coast to Coast with Matt Ray.
Crime across the country is at an all-time high. It feels like even a family road trip is taking a risk. We don't want the feeling of being unprotected and vulnerable. We found GetCCL.com. GetCCL.com gave us the help we needed to apply for a legal concealed carry permit that's recognized in over half of the country. GetCCL.com simplifies the process to apply, and it's all online. We used their free qualification process to answer a few questions and applied for our permit right from home. Thanks to reciprocity laws between states, when you're issued a New Hampshire concealed carry permit, you can legally carry in any state that recognizes your New Hampshire permit. It only takes minutes to apply, so don't wait. Exercise your rights today. Ensure you're protecting your family at home and in other states. Have peace of mind. Apply today. Go to GetCCL.com. That's GetCCL.com. Go to GetCCL.com. Exercise your rights today. Go to GetCCL.com.
This is William Wallace. Listen to my show on Tuesday night at 5 o'clock. William Wallace for America here on WGSO 990 AM in New Orleans, Louisiana.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters reporting. President Biden isn't budging even though more and more lawmakers are calling for him to end his re-election campaign. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports.
At this week's press conference, the president said he will stay in the race until his staff says there's no way he can win.
No one's saying that. No poll says that.
He also fielded a question about whether Democratic delegates can vote their conscience at the August convention.
If all of a sudden I show up at the convention, everybody says we want somebody else, that's the democratic process. It's not going to happen.
The president said there's no indication that he can't get the job done. Greg Clugston, the White House.
Actor Alec Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter trial in New Mexico was put on hold Friday.
Alec Baldwin's involuntary manslaughter trial was put on hold while the judge considers a defense motion to dismiss the case over disputed ammunition.
I'm going to recess you for the day.
Judge Mary Marlowe Sommer sent the jury home after a hearing on the issue that was supposed to precede resumption of the trial, raised more questions, and called for further testimony. The defense filed its motion over what it says is ammunition evidence the prosecution hid from them that may be related to the shooting death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins on the set of the film Rust in 2021. I'm Haya Panjwani.
This summer's extreme heat is raising the danger of heat-related illnesses and threatening health in a more subtle way by amplifying the side effects of many common medications. Blood pressure medications can lead to dehydration. Beta blockers for heart conditions can decrease blood flow to the skin and make you less aware of dangerous heat. And some antidepressants can hinder your ability to stay cool. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 247 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, everyone. If you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions for free. Call now and find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-504-8790. I'm here with spokesman John Wolf. So, John, tell everyone listening who should call right now.
Well, Maria, first off, thank you for having me here. It's always nice to answer the listeners' questions. Now, as far as who should call in, anyone who's been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, give us a call right now. 800-504-8790. You'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, John. You heard it, folks. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now. 800-504-8790.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center, may not be available in all states. 5.
Here's the Wall Street Business Report.
Stocks ended higher after some mixed signals on big banks' profits, and inflation did little to dent Wall Street's belief that easier interest rates are on the way. The S&P 500 rose 0.6% in a widespread rally, closing in its fifth winning week in the last 6. The Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 0.6%, and the NASDAQ Composite rose 0.6% also. Small company stocks outpaced the rest of the market. The Dow up 247 points to finish at 40,000. The NASDAQ gained 115 to 18,398. The S&P 500 added 30 points to 56.15. New York oil fell 41 cents to $82.21 per barrel. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott.
News and analysis at townhall.com.
Should be dry tonight, followed by scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. We'll have the same repeated on Sunday. Generally a static weather pattern, nothing changing much. Should be getting a little hotter, though, beginning Sunday and through next week as well, with likely return of heat advisories, possibly through all of next week. In the morning, 70s to 80. The afternoon tomorrow with scattered thunderstorms, low 90s. Low to mid-90s. Thunderstorms scattered around again throughout the afternoon Sunday. Ralph Sanji, WGSO. Come to the Slidell Gun and Knife Show, July 13 and 14. Thousands of handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammunition, knives, personal protection items, and more. Bring your gun to sell or trade. Appraisals and instant background checks, $10 per adult, 6 to 12, $2, under 6, free. At the Harbor Center in Slidell, take I-10 Oak Harbor exit 261 to the Slidell Gun and Knife Show at the Harbor Center, Slidell, Saturday, July 13th. 9 to 5, Sunday, July 14th, 10 to 4.
The views and opinions expressed during this show are those of the host and guests only. In no way do they represent the views, positions, or opinions expressed or implied of WGSO 990 AM or North Shore Radio Incorporated.
Good evening, good afternoon, my fellow God-loving American patriots. Welcome to this week's edition of Holy Patriotic Jambalaya Radio Show. I'm John Swisher, a.k.a. Butter Swish, and my co-host, Mike Silver, a.k.a. Maniac Mike Sluggo.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Cajun Buccaneer, are you there?
Cajun Buck is not here yet. So
okay, so
have to keep that.
I'm gonna do the monologue until he calls in. Okay, this week's monologue. Government has gotten fat, very obese. We let the government dictate to us rules like we're their peasants, when actually they're our servants. Both Democrats and Republicans are guilty of this. The elected officials are supposed to be public servants, not self-servants. But unfortunately, that is happening right now. What is really sad is our so-called leaders think that they're our bosses, and unfortunately, people submit to their dictator ways. It is beyond time to remind elected politicians that they are public servants, not self-servants. They are our servants. We are not theirs, especially we are not their peasants. Every time our elected servants want to pass a tax increase, we need to resist, make it hard for them. Wouldn't you agree, Mike?
100%.
Government needs to be shrunk, especially on the federal level. The Departments of Education, Department of Environmental Quality, and especially the IRS needs to be totally eliminated. When we budget our own households, we do without a lot of frivolous luxuries. Government should do the same, and we need to demand accountability. Instead of hiring 87,000 IRS agents, we need to hire 87,000 Border Patrol agents.
Absolutely.
Keep your chin up according to the book of Revelation. This is supposed to happen to expose all the agents of Lucifer, aka the evildoers. Yes. Oops. God is giving them enough rope until the time is right to tighten their ropes to hang themselves. All the evil will be exposed. The white hats will be coming out. The United States of America will go back to what it was originally formed, a free country, free of corrupt foreign influences. Example, George Soros, Klaus Schwab, and domestic influences like the Pelosi's, the Schumers, the Clintons, and the Obamas. Their day of reckoning is coming, and those who are involved in evil will pay the price. God, family, country always. Make America great always.
Absolutely, 100%, John.
Yes. Okay, we're going to discuss the buffoon that was on TV last night.
Yeah, he was in his regular buffoon. What's the word I'm looking for? His normal. That's just his normal way of talking, how he handles things. And I have. We were talking about this earlier, John. I have a theory on what's going on, what I think is going to happen, and why they're doing what they're doing. They know he can't connect two sentences together. They know he has a hard time reading from the teleprompter. He can't take questions off on the fly. He had a list of pre-selected people that were going to ask him questions. He had all that, and he still messed it up. And I think they know he was going to do it. I think they knew he was going to mess up on a debate, and they're throwing him out there because that's their way of getting him out of the way before the election in November, and he's going to be off the ballot.
They know they can't beat Donald Trump. Call the Ming's Chinese restaurant talk line 504-556-9696 if you want to add to the topic of conversation. Okay.
Like I said, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this is being done on purpose. I mean, my theory is, I've said this before several times, that he's not going to be on the ballot in November. I think it's going to be Michelle Obama. I've been saying that for over a year now. And then I saw a poll last week. I forgot what channel it was I was watching, but there was like 4 people. They did a poll, that person against Trump, and Michelle Obama had the highest percentage of all the people going against Trump. And when I saw that, I'm like, wow. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I actually hope Biden does stay in, because he's such an idiot and a buffoon, and everybody knows he's not the one running a country, and they're tired of living the way they've been living the last 4 years. I kind of hope he stays in, because I think Trump's going to win almost every state if he stays in.
You know it.
Getting a little worried about Cajun Buccaneer, though.
Phil the Patriot.
If you're listening, give us a call, buddy. Let us know you're all right.
Phil, where are you?
You've never missed since I've been here. I don't think he's ever missed when you were without me.
No, he's been with me for 2.5 years, almost after the show started.
So if anybody wants to talk about this, the debate last night, when I think he said, I lost count of how many times he said anyway when he lost his train of thought. He called President Trump. He called Vice President Harris Vice President Trump. And right before that, before the press conference, he called President Zelensky President Putin. So he's all over the place. He's all over the map, all over the place. You don't even know where he's at.
What's happening? They know he's still an evil person himself. But what's happening is Joe Biden, the fake doctor Joe Biden, she's a very selfish witch.
She needs to be ashamed of herself for putting her husband in this position, but she's enjoying the power too. You know, the whole family.
Yeah, they've gotten to be billionaires off of the backs of the taxpayers for over 50 years.
Right. All Joe Biden's ever done his whole life was in politics. He's done absolutely nothing to help America out. All he's done was enrich his family on our tax dollars. That's all he's done.
Yeah. How about when he was debating Trump? I know President Trump was trying not to laugh when Joe talks about his golf score.
Well, what was about that for Trump to agree to the CNN debate? Now, number one, he had to agree to this. They had no audience. Whenever you spoke, the other person's microphone was off. You couldn't talk over him, which, I mean, some of that is okay. But everything they did was just to try to help. They didn't want any like audience participation when Trump stumped Biden, because it happened a few times in a debate, and Biden just looked like a fool as normal. So Trump agreed to all that for the first debate. And I think it's going to happen again. If I remember right, I think the next one is ABC. I'm not quite sure what their rules are like CNN, but the next debate is going to be ABC if Biden makes it to the next debate.
ABC's the same way.
I think it's ABC.
Yeah. You'll never see him on Fox or Newsmax, or
they would never give Fox or Newsmax a press debate or a press conference. Even Peter Ducey from Fox News had I saw him earlier today. He was ready with some questions to ask last night. And of course, they never call on him. They never call on Fox or Newsmax.
Yeah. We're gonna have Sharon Boland calling in. In fact, she's supposed to be calling in any minute, but she's probably gonna call in the second segment. But we got less than a minute to go. Call the Ming's Chinese Restaurant talk line 504-556-9696. You're listening to Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya on WGSO, the mighty 990 AM.
Hey folks, it's Jeff Cruier. I've been with WGSO for 17 years as host and now president and general manager. WGSO is a community-based radio station, a nonprofit, locally operated. We believe in cultivating local talent and emphasizing local programs. If you have an interest in hosting your own program, then we have some prime spots available for you. Take advantage of this great offer. Email me at jeff@wgso.com or call me at 504-669-6076. Come fulfill your radio dreams at WGSO.
Hey everybody, this is Mike from the Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya Show. If you need to convert your existing bathtub into a step-in shower, call my friends at A New Beginning Refinishing. They can repair and refinish any type of bathtub or shower, no matter the size of the repair. A New Beginning Refinishing has been using a new high-gloss casting porcelain coating, guaranteed to never peel. They also offer a unique service called the Tup Cut, which is a fraction of the cost of replacement, and adding a grab bar installation and a slip-resistant surface helps to improve accessibility, reduce accidents, and helps people remain in their home as long as possible. Call A New Beginning Refinishing, LLC for a free estimate at 985-279-5103 or visit their website at www.anewbeginningrefinishing.com. Or you can visit their showroom in Hollycrest Plaza at 600 North Highway 190, Suite 2 in Covington. That's A New Beginning Refinishing, LLC at 985-279-5103.
Hey folks, it's Jeff Cruier. Let me tell you about a company I trust, Eagle Security Systems. They've been locally owned and operated for over 40 years. They provide residential and commercial security and fire systems. They install surveillance camera systems and provide 24-hour alarm monitoring by their central station. Eagle Security Systems can offer cellular interactive service, which allows you, the customer, to control your system from a smart device anywhere. They can take over any existing alarm system and provide cable TV and internet wiring for your home or business. So you're tired of just being a number? Do you want to experience personal service? Then you need to call Eagle Security Systems, 504-340-1414, or check out their website, eaglesecuritynola.com. I trust Eagle Security, and you should too. And let them protect your home and business with the eyes of an eagle.
Does your business need to boost sales or drive customer loyalty? Talk to Sir Speedy. We're direct mail pros who can get your company in front of the right people with our comprehensive direct mail and mailing services. All you have to do is share your goals with us and we do the rest. Get the ball rolling and send your next direct mail project to us. Everything you need, one resource, call 504-586-9812. Sir Speedy, we do.
Welcome back to the Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya Show. Our sponsor this week is Ming's Chinese Restaurant at the Lakefront in New Orleans. Beautiful place, a lot of great food. You can call the Ming's Chinese talk line to talk with us at 504-556-9696.
If you like P.F. Chang's, you're going to like Ming's a lot better.
Oh, yeah. They're really, really good. The food was great. We have our first caller. We have Matthew from Metairie on the phone. Good evening, Matthew. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, see what's going to happen with Joe Biden. Watch what Alex Soros says, because he's the guy who controls the big money from the Soros Foundation. And if he pulls his support from Joe Biden, it's over officially, because he's the big dollars. The others are pipers.
Right.
You know, 100 million, nothing. That's spending change for him. On our side, TrumpForce47.com. This is something the Trump campaign organization is putting on. There's something in there just for everybody. Everybody who's feeling the need to do a little something, well, he's got the plan. So TrumpForce47.com. Or it might be .org. I think it's .com, though. I pulled it up on DuckDuckGo. And then the podcast of the Lotus Eaters. They have one they call Don't Look at the Clouds. And this confirms just about everything Raphael O'Neal had been saying about weather modification. I'm like, holy crow. But they brought receipts. I'm like, okay, so there's something going on here.
Okay, and what was it? What was that last thing? The weather modification? You have the receipts?
The podcast of the Lotus Eaters. They have they break them down in short podcasts on YouTube, and this was the one called "Don't Look at the Clouds." And these guys have a lot of credibility in the UK and here in the United States too. They watch our politics like a hawk.
Yeah, well, like you were saying before, if Biden loses that Soros-backed money, I mean, he's going to be hurting. I heard on the news this morning, I can't remember the name of the donor, but he just, after the press conference last night, he just he said he was not going to be giving the $20 million that he said he was going to give to Biden. So he's got not only, and at first it was 10, but now I think there's 19 senators or congressmen taking their support, that's saying that he needs to step aside and let somebody else take the nominee for the Democrat slot. But there was 10, now there's 19, and now he had a $20 million donor rescind it. So he's in trouble.
I don't know the rules of the Democrat Party, but if he steps aside at this point, do his delegates automatically get released?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess, I mean, when they go to the DNC, when they have the big rally, it's going to be them who choose anyway. I mean, it's
right, and they can't just step over Kamala Harris and for the top of the ticket. Because
if he
will be an issue.
If he backs out before the election, by law, by Constitution, she'll take over, but she doesn't necessarily have to be the nominee. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be her anyway. It's not going to be Biden. I mean, like I've said before, I think it's going to be Michelle Obama. But that's just my opinion.
Well, she would be a nightmare to deal with, because we've got too many people on our side who would say stupid stuff about her and just make her a figure of sympathy. We cannot do that. Whether it's true or not, and I personally don't think it's true, but it will make her a sympathetic figure. And if it isn't true and she disproves it, yeah, we're going to have egg all over our face.
Well, like I said earlier, I saw a poll that was, I think it was Michelle Obama, Gavin Newsom, Whitmer from Michigan, and Kamala Harris. They did a poll with all four of them against Trump, and Michelle Obama scored the highest. And I've been saying that for over a year. I still think it's going to happen. They're going to put her in like a wild card at the last minute. That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, you could be right. At this point, I'm willing to entertain any possibility. So, we've seen things that we've never seen before.
Yeah, nothing.
If my questions make people uncomfortable, I'm uncomfortable too. Who can you trust?
Nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore. John, got any comment?
Yeah, nothing surprised me anymore either. I don't care who they put in. They're not, unless they cheat, they're not going to beat President Donald Trump.
Well, another thing we've been talking about every week too. You know, they didn't come this far just to quit now. So the things will get worse before the election. They're going to try to find out every way, look under every nook and cranny, think about everything they can to get Trump to not either get in the election or win the election, or they're going to cheat if it comes down to it. They did it before and it worked, and nothing happened to him. And they moved because Trump was supposed to get sentenced today, but they moved it to September.
Yeah, just watch out for suddenly leaks about coming out about how dangerous the safest vaccine ever was. And then if they put Trump in the communicado, they're going to dump on warp speed. Big Pharma will have to take a little pain for a greater gain.
Yeah, well, something's major is going to happen before the election. If they still haven't got anything on him, and they're not, something major is going to happen. And I
don't think they'll pull off a giant steal if his numbers still are where they are now against whoever they plop in there. They have to drive his numbers down.
Well,
and right now, I can walk around with a Trump hat all day long, and everybody's like, "Hey, nice hat."
Well, everything they throw at him, nothing sticks. When everything they throw at him, nothing sticks because it's all BS. So it just makes him strong. It makes his popularity go up, makes his poll numbers go up, just makes people go, you know, these Democrats, the policies of the Democrats are just so, they do nothing to help the American people. I mean, if you're better off now, if you're better off now than you were 4 years ago, you're probably an illegal alien. They do nothing to the Democrat policies have nothing to do. They do nothing to help the American citizen at all.
No, it's not supposed to. All right. Anyway, you guys, y'all have a great weekend.
Thank you for calling, Matthew. Good call, buddy.
Bless you both.
Thank you very much. You
Thanks,
too.
Matthew. Carl Mings, Chinese restaurant on the lakefront, New Orleans. Talk line 504-556-9696. And something else I wanted to discuss too. Do you think what I talked about in my monologue? Do we really need the Department of Education?
No. What is it? How are we, since it's been established, how has our education system been? Pretty horrible, huh? So what are they doing? Our tax dollars are going to the Department of Education, and they're doing nothing to make our education system better.
They're indoctrinating our kids.
And all they're doing, all it is I'm telling you, when government gets too big, people line their pockets and nothing gets done. They're not doing what they were set up to do. We don't need them. We were just fine without them, and now we're worse with them, so we don't need them.
Yeah, tell me about it. You and I both are public school products.
Right.
You said prayer and pledge every morning in school, right?
Well, we stood up and said the pledge every morning. I don't think we said a prayer, but we had
Our Father.
I don't think so, but every morning we all stood up, put our hand on the heart, and did the pledge every single morning from when I was in first grade till I graduated in 12th grade. Every time.
They don't even have that anymore.
They don't do that anymore. All right, guys, we got just about a minute left. We're going to take our second break midway through the show. If you want to call them,
discussing this when in the third segment.
Yeah, we'll call the Ming's Chinese Restaurant talk line at 504-556-9696. You're listening to the Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya Show. We'll be right back
on WGSO, the Mighty 990.
Hey everybody, this is Mike from the Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya Show. If you need to convert your existing bathtub into a step-in shower, call my friends at A New Beginning Refinishing. They can repair and refinish any type of bathtub or shower, no matter the size of the repair. A New Beginning Refinishing has been using a new high-gloss casting porcelain coating, guaranteed to never peel. They also offer a unique service called the Tub Cut, which is a fraction of the cost of replacement, and adding a grab bar installation and a slip-resistant surface helps to improve accessibility, reduce accidents, and helps people remain in their home as long as possible. Call A New Beginning Refinishing, LLC for a free estimate at 985-279-5103 or visit their website at www.anewbeginningrefinishing.com. Or you can visit their showroom in Hollycrest Plaza at 600 North Highway 190, Suite 2 in Covington. That's A New Beginning Refinishing, LLC at 985-279-5103.
Get ready, Greater New Orleans. The Great Southern Gun and Knife Show is coming for 2 days only, July 20th and 21st at the Punch Train Center on Williams Boulevard. Show hours Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 5. Hundreds of dealer tables available, full of guns, knives, ammunition, holsters, gun books, camouflage, jewelry, and more. That's the Great Southern Gun and Knife Show, July 20th and 21st at the Punch Train Center. Show hours 9 to 5 on Saturday, 10 to 5 on Sunday. Don't miss it.
Real Talk with Revolution is back. This is Effie, and I've brought along some new friends.
Nikki D here. We'll be talking real estate, real life, and everything in between.
Please join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on WGSO 990 AM and streaming live at WGSO.com.
Louisiana Radio Network. I'm Sean Richardson. President Joe Biden held a press conference Thursday night to try to disprove rumors about an alleged cognitive decline, but whether or not he accomplished that, well, it's debatable. Mel Brooks has more.
LSU political science professor Dr. Robert Hogan says a lot of people already had perceptions about Biden's ability to be president, and
it would take a lot more than one press conference to move that perception.
He noted that Biden seemed mostly cognizant in the press conference despite occasionally flubbing details. Biden is trying to rebuild his image after a dismal presidential debate performance.
Maybe this helped him recover in some ways, but I think he's got a long way to go.
I'm Mel Bridges.
And LSU announces upgrades coming to Death Valley as part of their 100 years of Tiger Stadium celebration. New video boards in the north end zone that are double in size, and in the corner of the south end zone are a few upgrades. The full 100th anniversary celebrations will take place October 12th when the Tigers will host Ole Miss. LRN.
For this latest installment of the Pioneer Audio Tour, I've hopped on one of their shuttle buses. We're driving around the Johnston, Iowa campus, Pioneer's largest R&D center. I want to give you some sense of the scale of this place. There are research fields surrounding research buildings, one building after another. I've lost count. Right now, we're passing acres and acres of greenhouses. But what happens inside these buildings is even more enormous than what I can see from outside. Genotyping, predictive analytics, computer simulations, and more to bring you the next generation of Pioneer hybrids and varieties. So we've been driving now for 20 minutes already, and there's still more to see. The Johnston campus, one of the places that makes Pioneer Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
Hi, this is Kate Delaney from America Tonight. The show kicks on at midnight, and I'm loving the overwhelming support in New Orleans. What a group of fantastic listeners here on WGSO 990 AM. Join me every morning to catch up on what I call the buzz in your backyard and mine. You'll hear some of the most interesting people on the planet from the world of business, politics, sports, and, well, just intriguing people with a story to tell. If you're around, give us a call. Don't worry, I'll spit out the number plenty of times on the air. Let's agree to meet at midnight right here on WGSO 990 AM in New Orleans.
Donate your vehicle and make a difference. WGSO 990 AM has partnered with Charitable Adult Rides and Services, also known as CARS, to allow you the opportunity to donate your car, truck, motorcycle, RV, or boat to our nonprofit organization. You may qualify for a tax deduction while supporting a cause that is near and dear to your heart. Simply go to WGSO.com and follow the link on our homepage. Vehicle donation pickup is always free to you, and most vehicles can be picked up within 24 to 72 hours. You'll receive an initial car donation receipt upon pickup, and then the CARS team will work to turn your car into cash to support our cause. Once your vehicle is sold, the CARS team will provide you proper tax forms in time to file. Their friendly donor support representatives are available 7 days a week to assist throughout the process. Again, for more information, go to WGSO.com.
Hey, Mimi, we love Wednesdays, but we're moving to a new time.
Listen to He Said, She Said, Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
Right here on WGSO.
You might be afraid to speak out for fear of cancel culture or losing your job. Christian Garrick Show on WGSO is your platform. Noon to 2, weekdays, right here on 990 AM WGSO.
Listen each weeknight from 7 to 9 p.m. with Louis R. Avalone and Stephen Parr here on WGSO.
Welcome back, Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya Radio Show. We have our Cajun Buccaneer on the phone, Phil the Patriot. Go ahead with your prayer and pledge, buddy.
Okay. Good evening, brother and sister, pro-life American whistleblowers. Our Father, which art in heaven, holy, holy, holy is your name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, and deliver us from all forms of evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
We pledge allegiance to the people of the United States of America and to the republic. That's the republic which they all stand. One nation under God, with liberty and justice and freedom forever and ever for all Americans. Amen.
Amen.
You realize y'all still off the air? All I can get is static in my car in my house.
Oh, sorry to hear that, buddy. You, we were getting worried about you because I was like, as far as I've been on the show, you never missed the beginning with the player and the pledge. Prayer and a pledge.
I know. I'm sorry. I fell asleep on my couch.
Well, I'm glad we got you, buddy. I feel better now that we got you.
Yeah, I'm glad to even be here because I got in a very bad car accident and I got rammed by a Morris Bart lover.
Okay, we got a good attorney for you, Phil. Right there in Metairie on Causeway.
If you need an attorney, I'll give you his information. Well, hope you're all right, buddy. You okay? You at home resting?
Yeah, I'm at home resting, and I've already got an attorney, Bob Kaluta and Kelly Deaton.
Good for you.
And they're going after it like crazy.
All right.
Because I tell you what, that woman hit me deliberately. She cracked my teeth and knocked me unconscious. And
wow.
She did it deliberately for Morris Bart money.
Oh wow, man! You had to go to the hospital. Hope you're all right, man.
Yeah, I was in the hospital for 5.5 days.
Oh wow!
They took blood from me every single day. They took blood from my arms every single day and bruised my arms like you wouldn't believe. I look like I got tattoos. Yeah, I look like I got tattoos on my arms right now, both of them.
Well, I hope you heal quick, buddy.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm taking my vitamins and I'm eating healthy. And my wife, Marcia, she's just taking a fantastic job. She's taking care of me.
Hello, Marcia.
Hello, Marcia. John says hello. She's in the kitchen cooking for me right now.
Amen.
Well, good for you.
Good for you.
So, by the way, but I hope everything you works out for you really well. Did you happen to see that press conference with Joe Biden last night?
Oh yes, it was a big, huge phony charade. It was a dog and pony show. I mean, this is ridiculous.
I think they're throwing him out there on purpose to mess up because they want him out of there.
Well, listen, I hope he runs.
Me too.
Because there's no way in the world that he can beat Donald Trump, our real president.
And I know there's some stupid people in America, but I don't think there's that many stupid people that vote for him.
Well, there's a lot of stupid people out there. And let me tell you what, we're going to have to show up in massive numbers like never before. And we have to make sure we do the best we can to preserve the integrity of the vote. As a matter of fact, when I go vote, I'm going to take a picture of my vote when I do it. And I'm going to go do it right in front of everybody at the Joe Yenny building. Particularly Shanghai can kiss my you-know-what. And all the rest of them, they can all kiss my you-know-what because They're not going to destroy my country, not without a big, huge fight. And I can fight good. I have firearms, and I know the martial arts, as John can tell you right now. And I'm going to help the military out and the police out as much as I can. In fact, I got a JPSO sign in front of my house, and I got a military sign in front of my house. And those signs are out there for show. They for real. They're about me, and they're about my country.
Well, I think that's what they wanted to come down to. I mean, I really think sometimes that they want a civil war.
Oh, of course. They definitely want a civil war. They want as much chaos and murder as possible. That's what they're shooting for. They're in love with chaos and murder. In fact, almost all the people that I work with love these death movies. And they're all young people, and they're all woke, you might say.
Yep. When you was in Vietnam, did you go to Nam itself?
Yes. I was a martial law instructor.
Yes.
I fought, and I shot, and I got shot at, and I nearly got killed a whole bunch of times. I had explosions going off all around me at times. I don't know if I was going to make it through or not. And I made it through. And I do know that I had to go to Canal Street to sign up. I remember that part of it. And the rest of it, some of it, I don't remember anymore. It's because I'm in shock all the time. I guess I got PTSD.
PTSD. Man, we need to get a veterans advocate for you, buddy.
Well, I don't want to take any drugs.
No, you don't have to take any drugs, man. But you deserve a lot more than what you're getting right now.
Absolutely.
I went to the SSI people today and applied for disability, and they already told me that I was getting to my maximum already. They said they were going to send me some papers.
Veteran, you deserve more than that.
Yeah, they're going to help me. They're supposed to help me with some rental assistance and some food stamps. And right now, I sure could use them because I'm only working 14, 15 hours a week. They laying off people all over the place. All these stores are closing.
That's the great Biden economy. That's Bidenomics hard at work there, buddy.
They wanted to pay. They wanted minimum of $20 an hour minimum wage for these fast food restaurants, and that's what happens.
Well, I don't make $20 an hour. I make $20 an hour maybe with my tips at most.
Right.
And I can tell you right now, they're messing us around. They're destroying the economy, and it's not by accident. It's all on
by design.
Of course it is. I want you more reliant on government so they can stay in power. That's the whole thing.
Exactly.
They want to stay in power.
The plantation.
Trump is going to take that away from them. Like he says, they're after us. He's just in the way. That's exactly right.
But we got to make sure we protect the integrity of the vote. We got to do everything that's in our power
100%.
to protect the integrity of the vote. And we have to get out and vote in massive numbers like never before. All you people out there that's for Trump, register your children that can vote right now. Get them registered to vote before September.
That's right.
All kinds of September voting starts happening on September the 6th. Well, to me, there's only one day I'm going to vote on, and I want a paper ballot. And I'm going to go there.
It all should be paper ballots.
Citizens. It should be paper ballots.
Those Dominion voting machines are too easy to cheat with.
Exactly. That's a Brandon Trosclair wanted to get rid of, but he was winning. I mean, but apparently they had some corruption going on in Louisiana. I mean, and Kyle Erdogan's protege, Nancy Landry, won the election. Brandon Trosclair went all over the state campaigning, promising paper ballots. He would have done it too.
I think he had to. I know he went around. I talked to him. He came on our show. I agree with his whole platform. I voted for him, but I don't know if he needed more exposure because I don't know exactly where he went and how many times he went. But I agreed 100% with his everything. Everything we talked about, I agreed with. We had him on our show once. We had a great interview with him.
Still there, Phil?
Keep having people like that. Yes, keep having those kind of people on.
Yes. Yeah,
keep having them on. And I wish I could get Donald Trump on, but he's too busy.
I know one of these days we will. Hey, let me. My nephew, he's 11 years old, but he knows what's going on already. He got suspended from school for a week. The teacher's asking him who he's going to vote for when he turns 18. He turned around, I'm voting for Cheeto Man. He got suspended for that.
That's crazy. You won't be able to vote for him in 7 years.
No, but he's a big fan of Trump. He's a big fan of Trump. Then after he got a suspension slip, he said, "You need to get off the plantation." 11 years old. He's very smart.
Think for yourself. Think about what your family, the best for your family's education, your family's well-being, how you live your everyday life. And I don't know how you can vote Democrat if you think about that. I just don't get it.
Listen, I went and applied for food stamps today because I'm only getting 14 to 16 hours per week now. And I easily qualify. And
Right.
I saw so many illegal aliens there, I can't tell you. But you know what? They're not just walking like an Egyptian. They're walking like an American, and they're dressing like an American. And these people are not American. As a matter of fact, I was listening to them, and I said, is that all you could speak is Mexican? Can anybody in here speak English? And they all looked at me, all of them. There was been 40 people in there.
I'm sure there's some of them that can speak English. They act like they don't, but I'm sure there's some of them.
We got less than a minute to go to the next break. You're listening to Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya, Cajun Buccaneers. Stay on the phone with us. Call the Ming's Chinese restaurant on the Lakefront New Orleans talk line, 504-556-9696. We shall be right back.
Are you looking for the perfect personalized gift for your friends and loved ones? Then look no further than Crow and Crescent. Crow and Crescent provides customizable handmade gifts, tumbler cups, and much more. All items are handmade with care and can be gift wrapped with personalized messages. For more information, you can find us at crowandcrescent.com and on Instagram. Crow and Crescent, let us show you the right gift for any occasion.
Hey everybody, this is Mike from the Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya Show. If you need to convert your existing bathtub into a step-in shower, call my friends at A New Beginning Refinishing. They can repair and refinish any type of bathtub or shower, no matter the size of the repair. A New Beginning Refinishing has been using a new high-gloss casting porcelain coating, guaranteed to never peel. They also offer a unique service called the Tub Cut, which is a fraction of the cost of replacement, and adding a grab bar installation and a slip-resistant surface helps to improve accessibility, reduce accidents, and helps people remain in their home as long as possible. Call A New Beginning Refinishing, LLC for a free estimate at 985-279-5103 or visit their website at www.anewbeginningrefinishing.com. Or you can visit their showroom in Hollycrest Plaza at 600 North Highway 190, Suite 2 in Covington. That's A New Beginning Refinishing, LLC at 985-279-5103.
When the time came, I knew I had to find a place where Mom would be safe and active while still feeling independent. A place that was close to all of us and everything she needed. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Gonzales, I found Francois Ben's Senior Living. They specialize in independent and assisted living and memory care.
Call 225-647-BEND for more information on our special pre-leasing offers.
Francois Ben's Senior Living. Experience life as it should be.
Chef Jamie Gwen here. Tune in for delicious conversation and let me feed your soul every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on WGSO 990 AM, the community voice of the Crescent City.
Hey, this is BJ Russ. Make sure you join me every Saturday night for the Something to Say radio show right here on WGSO 990 AM. We'll be on from 7 to 8 p.m. We'll talk sports, music, movies, and pretty much anything in between. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. on WGSO 990 AM. That's the place to be. And don't forget that you can listen to us on WGSO.com and on the Mixler app.
Got your license to grill? Call Chew on This Saturdays at noon on WGSO and tell us all about it. Don Clement and Patty B are waiting to hear your cooking secrets.
Join me, J.C. Smith, on Stay Safe NOLA, Mondays at 5 p.m. as I discuss crime and how to stay safe in the Crescent City. Stay Safe NOLA, only on WGSO 990 AM.
Welcome back, Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya radio show. Call the Ming's Chinese restaurant on Lakefront. Talk line 504-556-9696. And I have a special announcement to make before we continue our topic. I have a children's book coming out called The Flying Nuns. It teaches Christianity and patriotism. It should be released this month, at the end of this month. And
congratulations on that, buddy. I read it and it was really good. I think it's a really good children's book. Congratulations.
Yes. And I'm working on another one, Cheeto Man. The Adventures of Cheeto Man, President Donald Trump's superhero alter ego.
Looking forward to that one.
Okay. Okay, back. Phil, you still there?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Okay. I was talking about besides the Department of Education, we need the Department of Environmental Quality needs to go too, because you got all these lobbyists in Congress that lobbyists should be outlawed.
Right. I mean, well, the Green New Deal is a hoax. The Green New Deal is just to make other people money. That has nothing to do with climate change. They're just doing it to make money. It's the biggest hoax since the last one, whatever the last one was. But anybody that, I mean, the people that are telling you to be scared of climate change are buying beachfront property, and they're flying all over the world in their private jets. So they're very hypocritical about this. So watch what they do.
Oh, yeah.
Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do.
Exactly.
Right. George Looney Cooney. That's right. George Looney Cooney.
How about
he's an evil man.
How about John Kerry, the climate czar?
Yeah, right.
He gets on a private jet. He said, "I'm going to help eliminate climate change."
But he's comfortable in his private jet. Now, you can't do it. He can do it, but you can't do it.
Rules are for thee, but not for me.
Don't do what I do. Do what I say do. It's all a hoax. It's all a bunch of crap because they're just trying to make money off of your fear. They're trying to throw fear at you.
This is a true story. Quite a few years ago, when this climate change crap first started, so my buddy Kurt and I, we went to this climate change seminar, and there's these elderly people writing checks for $3,000-$4,000. This is back in the 90s, and I'm asking, why are you writing these big checks for? We're trying to save America. Kurt turned around and said, they're brainwashing. There's no such thing as climate change.
Well,
void them checks out.
Yeah, the climate does change, but humans have nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not talking about you can do something, make the emissions from the plants, the toxic fumes that come out of the plants. I'm not saying don't try to make those better. Don't try to make the air we breathe better. That's not what I'm talking about. What they're talking about, climate change, is total BS. I mean, all the Green New Deal, there's nothing in the Green New Deal that's going to help anybody except whoever's in charge of making the windmills and the solar panels and all that, and they're going to make all the money. That's all they want is money and power. They don't care anything about you at all. They just want power and money.
Tell me about it.
Communism. It's climate communism is what it is. It's climate communism across the whole planet. They want to take over America like you wouldn't believe. They want to destroy our system of justice, a system of freedom, and our way to be free in this country.
We made it over 230 years, and we were doing pretty good. Of course, it's not perfect. We've made some mistakes. We've corrected them. We try to get better. But where we're going right now is total chaos. Total chaos. We are going in the absolute wrong direction.
Yep. What we needed to, besides the president having 2-term limit,
Congress
and Senate need
same thing.
If you serve You serve maximum two terms in Congress. Then you go home. You don't jump to the Senate. And same thing. Congress term is 2 years. Senate is 6 years. So they should only serve 1 term and go home.
Yeah, that's
And
if too much power can corrupt, that's why they made the term for president twice. What do you think is going to happen in Congress? Congress really is the one that makes the laws and the rules and regulations. The president doesn't do that by himself. So Congress is the one that should have. Congress should have the term limits just as bad as the president does.
Yeah, tell me about it. We need to get, besides the Department of Environmental Quality and the Department of Education, Department of Homeland Security, that needs to go too.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, you'd have to look at the specific jobs or things that they're put in. They were made to do. If it's working, if it's keeping us safe, absolutely. But there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of political stuff that doesn't even need to be in this, like you said, Department of Education. There's some other ones. I was reading about it the other day. There's so much government, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's not the answer to everything. Bigger government just makes it harder for us. More taxes, more red tape, more what's the word? More regulations that we don't need, and we're paying people our tax money to do this, and it's doing absolutely nothing to help the average American citizen.
Income tax, what you were saying, Mike, federal income tax goes towards social programs.
What I heard, and I read this and I heard this, I'm not 100% sure because I only read one source and heard it from one person. But when you pay your income tax at the end of the year, 100% of that money goes to social services and welfare and things like that. I was like, wow.
I like President Trump's idea of getting rid of the income tax, getting rid of the IRS and the Federal Reserve, which should have never happened.
Before they even came about that we had them, we were doing just fine.
Yeah. America survived on just sales tax. And I've talked to a couple of candidates on both sides of the aisle. They said, well, where are we going to get the other revenue from if we do away with income tax? Shrink the size of government.
Right. The government is way too big. Our government right now is way too big, and the Democrats want to make it bigger.
Yeah. John Bel Edwards bragged about he had a budget surplus. Yeah, because he taxed the crap out of everybody. Talk about Snake Eye Edwards.
And if they add the 87,000 IRS agents, where their income's going to come from? Our tax money.
Yes. They're not going after the millionaires. They're coming after the poor people like you and me.
They're raping us financially. They're raping all of us financially. And they're going to keep raping us as long as we let them rape us financially.
When Donald Trump got elected, he opened up a can of worms, which America needed to see.
Right. And
so what if he's got mean tweets? So what? But let me tell you something. Joe Biden's a mean SOB too. Remember the fires in Hawaii?
Yep.
And the people only got $750.
That was an insult to those people.
He said, well, you're
American citizens.
You're too fat. You don't need any more money. You don't need to eat.
Well, can you imagine if Hillary Clinton would have won and Donald Trump? We wouldn't have known a lot of this stuff. We wouldn't have. He exposed so much. We wouldn't have known a lot of this stuff. All right, guys. We've come to the end of the show. We appreciate you joining us.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week, same time at 5 o'clock, 6 p.m. for the Holy and Patriotic Jambalaya show. We want to thank our sponsor, Ming's Chinese Restaurant on the lakefront in New Orleans. Great food, great atmosphere. And we'll be back next week. John, take it away.
God, family, country, all in that order.
God bless America and save America now before it's too late. Amen.
What does grace mean to you? At Grace at the Green Light,